I'm Hex Babe, and welcome to my Botanica. Today we are going to be focusing our energy into what message do you desperately need to hear. So this reading is basically going to be like a reality check of sorts. I will give you a moment alone to focus with the cards. Hello, group number 1. That is for the ones that chose the Smitsky. Just kidding, they're all Smitskys. Let's move this here and move the cards. With this secret card here, there is a hobby or an interest that you have that you could be a little bit ashamed of. Perhaps you have a relationship that itself is a secret from friends or from family. Maybe your parents don't know about it. And this secret could be rooted in shame, but it could also just be rooted in the fact that you've dated this person in the past, things didn't work out, and you don't want your friends judging you. Or because you've had relationships that failed in the past, you don't want this one to end up the same, and therefore you don't want to tell everybody about it, get them all excited, and then you move on from it. You keeping this secret is creating an emotional distance between yourself and with others. And with that, there's really two different sides of it, because a part of you enjoys keeping this to yourself. It means that something is really special. It's you reinventing yourself and wanting to emerge later on. But at the same time, there's a part of you that almost gets into this energy of feeling very lonely, and like you never have someone to tell about the things that excite you. Like, let's say you're really into this one show. When something really cool happens, you want to tell somebody, but you don't have anybody to tell. Maybe you go on a forum website or you go on the internet to your anonymous account, but it's not really the same. I am picking up some heavy Aquarius, Sagittarius vibes, but could also be Capricorn and Pisces as well. The result of all that you go through with this special world that you've created with yourself will come to light, and you will be glowing. I see with all these sparkles here that there could be a celebration coming your way. There's going to be an event where you have the opportunity to shine, or maybe there's going to be a moment where people are having a conversation in public and you won't expect it, but all of a sudden they're going to be discussing this special interest that you have. So that's what I see with this secret here. I see special interest. So something that maybe you're really good at, it could be that you doubt how good at it you are. You're focusing a lot on perfection. You want things to be so good, so perfect. Like, for example, if you're a musical artist or an actor, you film yourself or you record yourself and you psych yourself out of posting it because it just makes you too anxious to let the world see your light, see who you really are. You're ashamed that people are going to judge you, that you're going to be isolated, stuck in this tower. And with this tower energy, I also feel that for at least some people in this general reading, you're inquiring about school. And this could be that you feel stuck, almost trapped with having to study, you feel overwhelmed. The book here in the secret card, it's more about that for you. So you're working really hard, you're trying to memorize everything, but it's really hard to find time to do any type of social activity because you're always focused on school. So for your reading number 1, I do encourage you to try to find a balance between the two worlds. You do seem to be the type of person that struggles with finding balance. So sometimes you may be all the way on one side, kind of, you can think of it like a pendulum. You're all the way here, you're having a great time going out and partying with friends, putting yourself out there, you feeling very extroverted. And then in other moments, you kind of isolate yourself and maybe you don't particularly see this as a problem, but unfortunately, sometimes other people can become affected by this energy. And then that is what leads you to being alone when you do want to have connections with others, because you're not doing it on purpose to come across as selfish or anything, but to others, it may read that way. So, what do you really need to hear about this interest that you have, this secret, or maybe trying to find the balance in your life? For that, I am going to pull some therapy cards. So, this is a deck that's not really a tarot deck, but it has different therapy phrases on it. They're therapy flashcards. Shout out to anybody here that could be studying psychology or studying in general. We already discussed, but there's definitely a card here for you, for your specific situation. Okay. And you continue with this purple theme that we have going on today by getting the ambivalence card. So with this ambivalence card, it really teaches us to be kind to other people. It teaches us to be considerate of their emotions, and also to consider how you get to sit with something for longer than other people do. So if you have some type of secret about yourself that you don't want the world to know, like a secret identity, perhaps, you have had time to process that about yourself. The person that is going to have the secret revealed to them, they may not have the perfect reaction, but just remember that they didn't have years and years and months and holidays to really think about this. Okay, and by the way, a holiday may be a good time to come out with this information. However, just remember again that they did not have the time that you had to process and to accept this. So please allow them some grace. I know, like, this is a situation where you would have to be really the bigger person. With the actual meaning of the card itself, it has to do with the coexistence of contradictory emotions, beliefs, or tendencies towards one thing. So feeling two things at once. This could be, the examples it gives here are flip-flopping, lack of self-awareness, procrastination, inability to make a necessary life change, or distaste for commitment and or responsibility. And what this card kind of reminds me about is when I was talking about how some people here go from one high energy to one low energy seemingly really quickly. So this can kind of confuse people when they're trying to get to know you. This reading has a lot to do with your distance or closeness with other people. We can see that it could possibly be even affecting your marriage or your relationship, because again, this person doesn't really understand you. And I know that we have this word ambivalence, but I'm also just doing the general energy that I got from this card, from this color, everything here. You have a very electric type of essence and energy about yourself. When people meet you, you really stand out to them. Even if you're kind of shy, maybe you're shy because you can't escape the limelight no matter how much you want to. And the truth of the matter is that maybe that is what is meant for you, because you're somebody that gets bored easily. Not necessarily of people, although that could definitely be the case, but you just kind of have maybe ADHD or something, where it's really hard for you to focus and to stay focused on something, to stay committed, or you have to focus on school or work and you instead just want to focus on the things that you actually want to do. And in the end, it's almost like you have time for nothing. Like, it's almost like you get nothing done, at least nothing productive, if you're focusing on the things that you care about. But if you're focusing on the responsibilities only, then who you really are suffers, and you kind of go into a depression based off of that. So overall, what I have to share with you today is that you really need some balance, like I said earlier, and maybe trying to find guidance or closeness with another. I see here that if you're inquiring about a romantic relationship, one that is all over the place, let's say. So let's say that you're not really sure what's going on because everything I've described so far seems to match more of the person that you're with. That could be the case too for you, number one. If you are inquiring about someone else, why are they acting this way? Do they have a secret? Is there something that they are keeping from me? Do they really care about me? Or are they just going to switch up on me again tomorrow? So for that, I'm actually going to pull from this deck that I have over here. This is the Mystic Dream Tarot, the Mystical Dream Tarot deck. And we're going to find out. Oh, okay. All right, so we have the Four of Pentacles and in reverse. And with this energy here, I really do think that you feel quite impatient about getting the answer to this connection. Or if you're just thinking about yourself and your own secret that you're keeping, you want the world to know. You've been working hard on something and you want to show off, but you also don't feel 100% ready, or maybe you don't think anybody will really listen to you. Right here we have the Master of Secrets card in reverse. So you, again, I'm really getting the sense that for some people here, you feel like it's time to share your gift, but at the same time, you're not proud of the stage that you're at. And the advice that I have for you is to remember how far you have actually come, because to you, you're just thinking about yourself critically and how you aren't exactly where you want to be. However, for other people, they're going to be so impressed because they haven't seen this side of you at all. You do need some type of audience, but just remember that whenever we have an audience, whenever we share anything about ourselves to others, there are people that are going to support you, and then there are people that are going to be judging you, maybe sending hate, or even just evil eye, or being a fake friend. There's people who may get obsessed with you, and you're going to have to learn to navigate that as well. And these could all be things that scare you, but this is ultimately what you want. You really are destined for stardom. You are destined to be different. You perhaps want to travel with this crystal ball that kind of looks like a globe. You're just a worldly person. Again, you're a very interesting person, and you're ready to fly. And you need this audience to really level up and feed that fire that's flaming inside of you. And again, I'm getting very Pisces vibe here with this card. And Pisces and Sagittarius do share a planet. They share Jupiter. Pisces is also Neptune, but Pisces shares Jupiter with Sagittarius. So if you're inquiring about your connection with someone, maybe you guys have those in your chart. That is Sun, Moon, or Rising. There's a little bit of Earth here as well, with this Four of Pentacles and with this Temperance card. However, it's more like this is something that you need. Maybe you need somebody that can ground you. Maybe this person that you're dating is the perfect person to show who you really are, because they will help you grow. They will help you find your light, to find your shine. You don't need to be alone anymore. You don't need to hide. This person can help you level up your game. You have somebody like this in your life. You have somebody that you feel grounds you, somebody that makes you feel calm, that makes you feel like everything is okay, that can rationalize you when you're swinging so far into one extreme. So you should show gratitude towards this person. And sometimes we should look to the people that we really care about, that we admire, and try to figure out what it is that they bring to your life and how you can take some of that, because you're probably inspiring them in your own way. Maybe they really admire how outspoken you are, how unique you are, how you dare to be different than others. And they look at that, and then you're over here thinking how great they are, how grounded they are, how balanced they are. So you remember that you guys really care about each other, and this could be best friends, this can be partners, Just have a really lovely feeling of love that comes through here, a really sincere type of love. And then if you are asking about a tumultuous type of relationship, then just know that you have people that care about you in your corner. And if you're hiding something negative that's happening in your relationship, know that the people that care about you will never stop loving you. They will, even if they judge you a little bit, they're never going to stop caring about you. They always want to support you. That is all I have for you today, pile number 1. I wish you the best and thank you for coming to this reading. Hello, group number 2. This is your reading. So we are going to get, we're not doing reverse for this deck. By the way, I just purchased this deck, so I'm really excited to use it. I got it from this local Botanica in my area. Always support local small businesses when you can. I do sense a bit of romance. This could also be an awakening of another kind. Maybe you started a new job or you moved somewhere new and you're really finding the magic in things. And if you haven't, then that's why you're here today. You're here to get an answer. And your answer is that you need to start looking at the little things, because the little things is where the inspiration happens, where the magic happens. If you have been feeling stuck or you don't know where to go next, this is a great time for you to embark on any type of adventure. If you have been considering adopting a pet, adopt, don't shop. I could totally see that for you. You have a lot of animal messengers in your reading. Here you have the lucky black cat, which teaches us wisdom, resilience, and compassion. And then we have this nice looking frog over here that teaches us about transformation. An incoming transformation is near for you. And with these delicate little creatures here, we have, I think they're like 2 little lambs, maybe. And this is where I see you and somebody else enjoying something together. This could be that you watch a movie and it makes you feel different than any way you've ever seen before. Maybe it sparks something in you. Maybe it gives you a new interest or hobby that you hadn't thought of before. Maybe you're looking for a new career to go towards, and you're going to discover it soon. I do see underlying magic waiting to happen. If you're asking about a connection with somebody, you want to get closer to someone, you want to become friends with them, I see this love blossoming in your very near future. So let's draw a couple more cards to understand your situation and also what you can do to make sure everything remains in a good place, because I have a really good feeling about you, number 2. Like, if you are trying to find out how is something going to work out, then I would say, just from looking at this, that it is going to turn out amazing. Like, sometimes it's not, oh wow, that was a lot. Sometimes it's not clear in the moment why things happen the way that they do, pile number 2. But just know that whatever you're seeking is seeking you too, and that you're exactly where you are meant to be, okay? You have this special aura, this special light. You have gotten this card a lot, so I am going to accept it and put it down. You need boundaries. You need to finally stand up for yourself. You have tried in the past and it has come out the wrong way, or you're really afraid of offending someone, afraid of losing someone. You're afraid of them walking away, and you're losing your stability because you try to put your foot down, because you get more fiery than you normally are. You like being this really calm, passive person, but the flowers aren't blossoming that way, and you don't know why. Just try to take matters into your own hands, right? with this intentions card as well here with the wand. I definitely see some spell casting energy in this pile number 2. I would recommend, oh wow, wow. Here's the altar card. I was about to say that you should do some kind of spell work. I was going to suggest a money jar. I can make a whole video about that, but essentially it is a type of spell manifestation where you put items together and that manifests prosperity and wealth coming your way. My only reminder, or I guess tip that I can give you about spell casting is you do want to do it when you are alone with your person, like your soulmate or a very close friend. If you're in a coven with your familiar, if you have one, that can be like your soul cat or your soul dog. However, don't go posting it on social media. Don't go bragging about it to everyone you meet, like being like, oh, I did this spell the other day, because that can really weaken spells. It's something like I don't see enough practitioners online talking about that or giving that out as a tip, but that is such an essential part of magic, of witchcraft, is knowing who to trust with that energy, and that is a boundary in and of itself. And you need, okay, so moving away from that a little bit, you need to remember to set your intention and to really focus and believe on the things that you want to manifest. This is really possible for you. I do see you with these twos here manifesting with somebody else. So this could be that you want to join a coven, trying to find your coven, and you will very soon. You and your partner or you and your friend, you're manifesting something together. For some people here, what you want to manifest is another person. So maybe you want your boss to think of you and favor you in a promotion, or maybe you want to bring somebody towards you in a romantic sense. And I see a lot of romance here with this. Some of you want to talk to a long lost pet. If you at all have lost a furry friend or even another unconventional type of pet or animal that you were close to, just know that this animal wants you to know that they think of you often and that they feel your love. If they're literally lost, like out there somewhere, I hope that you find them. Just know that they feel very connected to you. And if they have moved on, if they've crossed over to the Rainbow Bridge, just know that they really have always loved you and they will always be with you. How the sparkles right between the eyes, like right on that third eye, that's how you guys connect. When you do a meditation and you focus on this area of your head, this is how you guys can connect. And they will always, always, always help you when you're doing any sort of magic or incantation, spell work, whatever you want to call it, manifestation. They manifest with you. You may be wondering, well, how can I level up? How can I make my spells more effective? Maybe what you're missing is a familiar / coven. Okay, so you should go towards finding that type of community. For other people here, you are with this staff card and the stability. What you are searching for is a new role. You're trying to find a job, trying to get promoted in the job that you already have, and you have the power to manifest this, to speak it into existence, to make it happen. You are what's stopping yourself from doing this. You really just need to pick up a pen or whatever instrument that you use for this job or this hobby or this relationship. Like maybe you want to be better at cooking, right? You just need to pick up the tools and just start, just try, because you're holding back. I really feel like there is a lot of potential here, potential for love, potential for success, potential for growth, and you're just holding back. And it's literally just you holding yourself back from greatness that is literally at the tips of your fingers. So you are a very powerful person, pile number 2, and I am impressed by your abilities. You are the type of person that your biggest opponent is actually yourself. So don't worry too much about what other people may be doing, if they're sending negative energy to you or something like that, because at the end of the day, you will come out victorious. So thank you, pile number 2, and that concludes your reading for today. Hello and welcome to all of those that chose pile number 3 / Smitsky number 3. Okay, let's get your energies out. Wow. Oh, and you only got 2. Let me draw one more card for you. Pile number 3. Ooh, okay. You have recently suffered, like you feel exiled or removed from a friend group, from a coven, from your, maybe you feel estranged from your family. You could be experiencing some type of homesickness. You feel like a foreigner wherever you live. Maybe you just don't feel comfortable where you're at, and you're not sure if you're welcome to go back to where you used to be. This could be that you left a relationship and now you're kind of like romanticizing the past. But what I have to tell you today is that romanticization is literally just that. It's romanticizing it. You're just looking at things like with the grass is always greener mindset, because in reality you are in the amazing part of a cycle of yourself. So with this moon, it reminds us that we are also cyclical beings. We go through phases. We're never going to be stagnant in who we are, and you cannot go back to who you used to be, and you don't need to see that as a bad thing. This hex card and with this banishment, it feels inherently negative, right? But things are not always as they seem, and that's a very important message for you today for those that picked pile number 3. I am sensing some March birthdays, March version of Pisces, but we also have Aries, Taurus. Those are the main ones with this spring card here. Could be even Gemini, an early Gemini. But I do see you entering or having recently entered a new era of your life. And if you haven't, then that is the main advice that I have for you today. You need to try something new. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing, like a cycle, over and over again and expecting a different result. If you're inquiring about a romantic connection, I'm telling you to end it. Okay? This is not a... If you're inquiring, if you came in here asking, should we break up? Are we breaking up? Is this person losing feelings for me? The answer is yes. Okay, so that you can see this as a negative thing, but it's just the end of a cycle. And that will lead to a beautiful beginning, that will lead to you making room for the right person, for love to come into your life. So that is a very specific message for some people here. Let's get a little bit more clarification on what some of these cards may mean. Pile number 3, with the Spirit of Cups card, you have been feeling tired for a long time. Maybe you went through a bout of depression, and then getting in this lover situation really pulled you out of it. Or you know what I see more? Remember I told you you need to leave this relationship that you're in, right? And I see Gemini again, by the way, with this Lover's card that we pulled. And with this Lover's card, it brings us back to the relationship thing. I really do see you ending a toxic relationship. It could also be like a toxic job, or just living in a place that you don't feel comfortable in, and then you moving towards a beautiful place Could be relationship, could be physically, where you'll suddenly have more friends or you'll be happier. Maybe you're going to have children or adopting pets. I believe pile number 2 also had a pet adoption, and they all coincidentally also had the cat and the frog. So if you are doing the thing where you watch 2 different readings and you read 2 and 3, this message is just amplified for you. In here, I see you moving from being with somebody or being in a place where you always felt dejected, where you always felt like you were being pulled down, like you were always being put down. You couldn't really express yourself or feel comfortable or just feel happy or delicate. And now you're moving into a space where you will feel appreciated, where you'll feel listened to, where you'll feel loved, where you'll feel taken care of, where you'll feel attractive with this spring card and with the Lovers card. You have a lot of romantic imagery here with these roses and these flowers over here. An advice that I can share with you that would help your situation is you need to give what you want to receive. So you want to receive some compassion, you want to receive love, you want to receive kindness, and you have to put that energy out in the universe. It's not like you're not doing that, not like you're putting out, you're trying to hurt people or anything, but sometimes you can be a little bit negative and you don't want to come across that way because it's almost like you're putting a hex on yourself by being so negative all the time. It's like you're speaking it into existence, but you can speak amazing, wonderful, glorious things for yourself as well. I also see some messages from ancestors here in your reading number 3. You have some powerful women in your life or just feminine energies in your life. They're almost like a counsel to you. And I would say like it could be like a group chat that you have that you ask about a lot of your relationship problems, or maybe these are like your mother and your aunts that you talk to all the time, and they really are there to give you advice and to listen, as well as if you have some pets. You have a support system. You have people that can help you climb out of this. You can't really do it alone. The tactic that's been used against you to make you fall into this place where you're always depressed and unmotivated has come from you being isolated too long. So you need to step out of your cocoon and allow yourself to blossom, allow yourself to reach new heights, allow yourself to experience love. For some people here, maybe you've been neglecting love, maybe you've been giving up hope, but I'm here to tell you that hope is on the horizon. Your prince or your princess or whatever you're waiting for is coming to you very soon. So just remember that the person that is meant for you is not making you feel terrible all the time. That is your first sign that the person is not right for you. Okay, so don't be afraid to embrace good things that are coming your way, pile number 3, because they are coming, okay? So thank you for watching this, and I hope that it all works out for you. He will join the other Smisky over here. Thank you for supporting my channel. In exchange, I have decided to manifest some amazing luck and prosperity your way. So did anything almost spooky but really good happen to you after you watch this video? Don't be afraid to come back and let me know in the comments. Have a great day. Bye-bye.